everyone, I'm Kelly and this is my channel Kel's Stitches. Today is Monday 25th of July 2022 and this is Flosstube number 13. I would like to thank all my new subscribers that have subscribed to me in the last couple of weeks. Thank you for coming along and checking out my videos and subscribing to my channel. I hope you continue to enjoy what I have to show you and stick around. Thank you to all my returning viewers and subscribers. It is great to have you coming back every week or every fortnight and watching my videos and watching my progress on my pattern, on my projects, I should say. Words are not my friend today. This is my second attempt at filming this because I got halfway through the first attempt and realized I'd left out half of the information that I was meant to give you. So thank you to all my subscribers. It is a joy to have you here. I am now at, I think, 400 subscribers, so once I reach 500 I will do another giveaway with a few things for reaching 500 subscribers. So hopefully that won't take too long to get to that. I have only stitched for the last week. If you watched my Stitch With Me that I posted last Monday or Tuesday, I think it was, you will know all about Hell Week at work and what I went through, what we went through, and the reason why I didn't stitch for a week in this fortnight rotation. But I did manage to get some stitching in. I didn't do my normal thing of stitching on each project for 2 days. I decided to cut that down and only stitch on each project for 1 day, except for my 2 focus pieces, which I stitched on them for a couple of days, just so I could get some extra stitches into them. So yes, I did. I'm pretty impressed with the amount of stitches that I got done in a week, let's just say that. Going forward from here, work should settle down to just our normal functions and daily routine. So fingers crossed I do get some more stitching time in and a little bit more time off work. So let's get into what I have stitched on and how much I have done. The first one that I worked on was Moonrise Song by Artecy, and it is artwork by Abraham Hunter. This is the large version, so it is pretty big. This is one of my focus pieces, so I did stitch on this for an extra day this fortnight. And this is where I'm up to. The wolf is almost done. I've nearly got a page completion. I think I've only got 3, possibly 4 colours left on it to do on this page, and it is stitching up pretty quick now that I'm down to those last and got through all that confetti, and I'm down to them last couple of colours. So absolutely loving this. This is also why I start in the middle, because you get to the focus piece, focus of the project to start with, and then you can work any direction that you like. I stitched on that one for 2 days and I done 1,550 stitches, and I am doing it on 16 count white Aida. I almost forgot that information again. My brain, I think, is still totally exhausted. Okay, my next one that I stitched on was Santa at the Door Stocking. This one is also by Artecy, and the artwork is by Hazel Bardon. This one is my other focus piece, at least until it's finished, obviously. This one is for my niece, who is having her second baby next month in August. Hopefully I'll have it done by November, fully finished everything by November, so I can give it to them for Bub's first Christmas. Alright, check what way this is. That's the way. And this is where I'm up to on it. Told you, words are not my friend today. I got some decent stitches in on this. I'm really loving these blues that are coming in along here. This is Santa's arm, and I think this might be his Santa sack or something like that he's holding over his shoulder. Yes, it is. So this is stitching up quite quickly. And that is why I love Artecy patterns. They do stitch up really quickly. The patterns are easy to read. Yeah, they do stitch up really, really quickly. This one I stitched on for 2 days as well, and I got 1,460 stitches into it. Better put that back in my project bag. Sorry, I've got the blind up in the bedroom where I'm filming, and I can just see heads keep walking past the window, so I think it's my son sticky beaking as usual. Okay, one day he may make an appearance on one of my videos. Alright, the next one is this one. Not all who wander are lost. This is a design by a store on Etsy called 2x2 Stitch Art. They have some lovely, lovely patterns on her store. There is a wolf silhouette outline type one that I am going to get to put on one of the hand-dyed fabrics that I got by Paddock Lane Designs, and I'll probably use like a dark blue 823 maybe, or something like that, Etoile floss to do it in. But anyway, that's not the one we're talking about at the moment. This is the one we're talking about. This is where I got to. I didn't get a great deal done on this because I only stitched on this for 1 day. This is done on a 16 count white Aida. As I said, I only stitched on it for 1 day, and I got 400 stitches into this. I wasn't too sure about the 3721 in the writing to start with, but the more I stitch in it, the more that it looks okay. I think by the time I get it all done, I think it'll look all right. Okay, next is my fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. It is part of the A Year in the Woods series. This is, there is a sale being run on Instagram for this. It is hashtag A Year in the Woods SH sale. SH stands for Southern Hemisphere. You don't have to be living in the Southern Hemisphere to join in on the sale. It was just because we're in the middle of winter here, so it made more sense for us to start it now rather than stitch on summer ones while we're in winter. So this is where I got up to with him. I worked on this one for 1 day and got 800 stitches in. So I've got all these chests and most of his back done now. I just had the outline done and I was filling it in, and the partner says to me, "That fox doesn't look right." And I said, "Wait until I'm finished it and then he will look right." But yeah, he just said it looked like an alien's head floating on the fabric, because all I had was his head done and the outline. But I'm really loving the way this one is stitching up. I'm doing this on 18 count hand dyed Aida that I dyed myself, using a cocoa brown with a slight touch of tangerine orange. And as most of you would know that have been watching me for a while, I am going to do all 12 animals on the one piece of the fabric. And I am still waiting on Grecian Gold from JK's for the swans, but as I said, I do, on my other update video, I do have a very close match to it from one of the other over-dyed flosses. So it's looking more and more likely that I'll be using that one rather than waiting on the Grecian Gold to get to me. The fifth one that I worked on is this one. Let's see if I can pronounce this correctly. Sue gave me a bit of a tutorial in the comments on my last video on how to say this correctly. So hopefully I do. This is a Soucis by a LongDog samplers. Oh, Soucis. Soucis. See, still stuffed it up. Soucis by a LongDog samplers. Let me see if I can get it a bit closer so you can see the teal coming in there. Loving how this one is stitching up, but when I looked at the PDF, I kind of went, holy shit, look at all that back stitching. There is a lot of back stitching on this. So, yeah, I'm just going to do this whole section and then I'll concentrate on the back stitching. I didn't get a great deal in on this. I only worked on it for one day and I done 360 stitches on this. But I am loving the way it's stitching up. And that is on 18 count white Aida, and it is using Silks for You floss. And the last one that I stitched on was my Bengal Tigers 2. Oh, I forgot to show you what Soucis looks like. That is what it looks like when it is done. Right, next one is Bengal Tigers 2. And that is where I am up to with it. I worked on this for 2 days actually. So this was another one that I worked on for 2 days. And I got 440 stitches into it. I think I'd done 140 one day and then 300 the next day, because by the time I got home I was exhausted. That with long days I didn't get home till late. By the time I had a shower, I sat down, played a game on my tablet and what haven't you, and picked up my stitching, or had dinner and then picked up my stitching. It was like 8:30, and then by 9:30 my eyes were, I couldn't keep them open, so didn't get much on it done. But I do only have those 2 bigger pages to go and it'll be finished. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to finish it by the end of the year. So in the last 2 weeks, I stitched for 9 days and I done 5,010 stitches. So I think that is still a decent amount of stitches to get done in that time. So I have got a couple of plans. Oh, I have got plans going forward. What I want to do is, once I have the stocking finished and out of the road, I'm thinking that I want to have one project from 4 full coverage designers going. So my first one, obviously, I've got Moonrise Song by Artecy. Then I'm thinking I will start this one, which is a Heaven and Earth's design. It is Mini Shaman and the artwork is by Laura Prindle. I have this one fully kitted up. Then I want to also start this one, which I have fully kitted up. It is your Daydream Sea Turtles. As I said, I have it fully kitted up as well, so I'm thinking I'll start it. Then I'm in the process of kitting up the one that Darren, Dizzy Stitcher, purchased, gifted me, which is this one, Protector. It is a Paine FreeCrafts chart and it is by Katie Lipscomb. I am in the process of kitting that up. I've got the fabric ready and dyed. I've dyed it apple or a light emerald green. So once I've got all the floss for it, I will start it as well. So I would like to have, as I said, a project from 4 full coverage designers on the go. Artecy, Charting Creations, Paine FreeCrafts, and Heaven and Earth Designs. The first 3 designers are my absolute go-tos for any designs. Heaven and Earth Designs, I have quite a few of theirs, but I do only have 2 of them kitted up. And Mini Shaman is one of them. So, and I do have patterns from a few of the other full coverage designers like Mystic Stitch, Shiny Suns, and Cross Stitch for Everyone, but I haven't got, they're not fully kitted, so I only want to concentrate on the fully kitted ones to start with. So yeah, the 4 by them. I always want to have a LongDog sampler on the go because there's so many of them that I really like, and I'll just keep going on to stitching those ones. So that's 5, and then of course I'll have my mystery sampler, but it finishes at the end of the year. So whether I start another mystery sampler next year and always have a mystery sampler in my rotation, I'll have to see what Cottage Garden Samplings comes out with next year to see if I want to stitch that one as well. But since we've only just started the year in the woods, I think we're aiming to do one one animal a month as they came out. So that's going to be 12 months that I'm stitching on that for. So that's 5, 6, that's 7. The max, and a couple of small ones, like I want to get a couple of the older patterns out of my stash that my mother-in-law gave me. They're all fully kitted up, so I want to get some of them out and get them stitched up. And some small ones, like ones off Etsy and stuff like that. So all up, I am aiming at having around about 10 projects going at once. And if I stitch on them for 2 days each, it just means you won't see them all over 1 2-week period. They'll be kind of split up and you'll see them at different stages, but that's what I plan on doing. So hopefully that will give you a little bit more variety to have a look at. All right, I got a little bit of haul in. These are my July Silks for You Colour of the Month silks. So these, oh, just dropped them on the ground. Oh, doesn't want to stay. Alrighty, so these are the silks for this month. We have PR062. It is a green. It's looking a bit more blue on the camera, but it is really a foresty green type of a colour. Let me see if I turn this off. No. Let's see. This one's PR073. And that is a multicolored floss. Let me turn this back on. Yeah, that is better. There we go. And this is PR179. Now it is a bright sort of forest green. It's really not picking up the colour properly, but that is that one. And last we have PR152, which is another variegated, multicoloured variegated. There we go. And that is all the haul that I got for this fortnight. I've eased up a little bit. I do have my Paine Free Crystal Club kit on its way. So as soon as I get that, I will do an Flosstube extra. I'll do an unboxing for that one. And unexpectedly, this arrived in the mail for me last week. It is cute little hand-stitched owl card, and it is from Lindsi, whose channel is Blushing Pink Stitches. It's got a little note inside it. I won't read the note, but it's basically, she won my first giveaway when I reached 200, or one of my giveaways when I reached 200 subscribers. And yeah, she stitched this up and sent it as a little card and a little thank you note inside it. So thank you, Lindsi. It is really cute. It's absolutely adorable. I wasn't expecting it at all. I just happy that you liked your floss drops and your needle minders that you won in that giveaway. So that was very unexpected, and but very well received at the same time. So that is all that I have got for you this week. Hopefully I'll have more progress to show you on my next update, which will be hopefully you'll see me on the 8th of August for my next WIP update. You should see me next week on the 1st for a Stitch With Me if you watch those. If you've got any questions or anything like that, any suggestions, anything you want me to talk about in my Stitch With Me, please leave them down below and I will endeavour to answer those for you and talk about those subjects for you. But yeah, that is all that I have got for you this week. I hope that you are all staying safe and either trying to stay cool or stay warm wherever you may be. And hope you have a great week and get some good stitching time in. I will see you all next time. Bye.